Everybody, welcome back. So this is video 3 of our maths home learning for this week, the 11th of May, and this is our third lesson on perimeter for this week. So like we did in the previous video, let's start off with our flashback 4. So 4 questions that you should be able to do because we've done them in year 4 this year so far, and then if you can, have a look at the time on the clock. I think it's quite tricky. I think the shorthand is probably the one here at this side, but I'll let you have the time. I'll read the time both ways because it's really difficult to tell which is the long and the shorthand on that picture. Okay, pause the video while you work those out. Okay, let's have a look at the answers. 3 times 3 times 4 is 36. 3 threes are 9. 9 times 4, 36. Number 2, what is 9 multiplied by 8? 9 times 8 is 72. Number 3, 12 divided by 1 is still 12. Number 4, work out 3,924, subtract 1,451. That's 2,473. Okay, so the time on this clock was tricky. It's either going to be 1:45 or 12 minutes past 9. It's quite a tricky one today. Okay, let's get started on our perimeter work. Okay, so we're going to have a look today at perimeter in rectilinear shapes. So not rectangles, but shapes that are a little bit like rectangles because they have right angle corners, but they'll be other shapes, have extra bits on them there. Okay, so we'll start off what we did right at the beginning, calculating them on a grid. So you should be able to do these two. Work out the perimeter of these shapes. Remember to count all the way around the outside, all the sides that you can count. Okay, so pause the video while you calculate the perimeters. Okay, let's have a look. That first one was 22 centimetres, and that second one was 26 centimetres. So hopefully you counted those. Okay, so we're going to get a little bit more complicated today when we're looking at rectilinear shapes. So on this shape, all of the sides have been marked up for us all the way around. Okay, so you can see this long side here across the top is 10. And then underneath here, parallel to it, this one is 7 and this one is 3. Now they actually add up to 10. If you imagine this side moving itself up here, across this gap here, it would still be 3 across that gap and 7 there. Now that might be really useful for us in a minute. Let's have a look at it down here. So down this long side here, it's 8. This part is 5. And if we carried on going here, it would be the same as this bit, 3, and 5 and 3 is 8. So if you need to pause the video and have a good look at that diagram just to see what I've been talking about, then you can. But you should be able to calculate the perimeter of this shape so far because all of the sides are there for you to count up. Okay, so pause the video while you have a little go with that one. Okay, let's have a look at the perimeter for that one. It was 36. If you add all those sides up together, it was 36 centimetres. Okay, so this time some of the side lengths are missing, but we do know some of them. Okay, so let's think about this one. We don't know how long this long side is, but we do know that this part here is 4. So if we went along this distance here, that would also be 4. And we do know that this part here is 5. So if we went along here, it would be 5. So this part is 5 and this part is 4. 5 plus 4 is 9. So this number here must be 9. Okay, let's have a look at this one down the side. We know that the whole of this side is 8 centimetres, but we don't know this one. But we know this bit is 5. So if we go down that same amount, that bit is 5. but we need to get to 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this missing part here must be 3. Okay, again, if you need to pause the video to have a little look at that and see what I've been talking about, draw it out, then you can. Okay, right, so you should be able to calculate the perimeter of this shape now. Okay, so if you add up all the sides, the perimeter is 34 centimetres. Okay, so now it's your turn to have a go at these ones with some missing side lengths. So it doesn't show you where the side lengths are missing, but you can see the ones without the arrows are the ones that are missing. So don't forget to count those. So you'll need to think about what that one is, and you'll need to think about what this one down here is. And on B, you'll need to think about how long this side is and how long this side is before you count them all up to find the perimeter. Okay, so pause that and have a really good think about those. Okay, so let's have a look. That first one, the perimeter was 36, because this side along here must have been 9. 5 and 4, 9. And this missing side down here must have been 6, because 3 and 6 is the same as 9. So that would have added up to 36. This one here, let's go back. This one here was 12 across the top. This part was 2, so this missing side was 10. And then down here we had 3 and we had 2. 3 and 2 is 5, so this missing side was 5. And that gave us a perimeter of 34 centimetres. Okay, a little problem for us to have a look at now. Mo puts 2 5 centimetre by 3 centimetre rectangles next to each other. So he puts that yellow one, it's 5 centimetres by 3 centimetres all on those two sides. So of course this one's 5 and this one's 3. He gets this pink one, 5 and 3 and 5 and 3. Puts them next to each other like that in that picture. The perimeter of each small rectangle is 16 centimetres. Let's see if that's true. 5 and 3 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So yes, that's true. The perimeter of each small rectangle is 16. So he says the perimeter of the larger rectangle must be 16 and 16. 2 16s, 32. Is he correct? So have a little think now. Is the perimeter of those two rectangles together, side by side, 32? Pause the video while you work that out. Okay, let's see if Mo is correct. No, he's not, because the perimeter is 10, add 3, add 10, add 3. So it's actually 26, because what's happened is these two sides here are touching each other now. They're not in the outside of the shape anymore, so they're not part of the perimeter. And that's why he thought it was going to be 32. It's actually 26. Okay, so a couple more for you to have a go at. So Mo puts his rectangles together in different ways. Can you now work out the perimeter of each shape? Think about what the missing side lengths are. Pause the video while you have a go at this problem. Okay, let's have a look at the answers. So that first one had a perimeter of 22. Well done if you worked that one out. And this one had a perimeter of 26. Well done with those. They're really tricky ones. So well done if you had to go with those. Okay, so that's all for our perimeter learning this week. Remember, you can use top marks, see if there's any perimeter games on there. Keep practicing perimeter with things that you've got at home, or get people in your family to draw you out some rectangles, or maybe find the perimeter of tables in your house using your tape measures. Okay, keep working hard on perimeter. It is quite a tricky topic. The more practice you have, the better you'll get at it. Okay, bye for now.